One of the most popular sneakers right now, and by most popular I mean that these things are literally like one of the most sold sneakers on other platforms, resale platforms like StockX, GOAT, etc. And that would be these guys right here. This is the ASICS 1130. So let's go ahead and break them down. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on the ASICS Gel-1130. This is the box, pretty basic, just standard ASICS box, nothing really to write home about. And then these are the shoes. They are very much like the box, made out of almost nothing. So first things first, I apologize in advance if I offend anybody that loves this shoe to high hell. But I'm gonna do what I usually do, and that's just being honest. So I'm gonna talk about them. This is a $100 sneaker. Again, it's probably one of the most popular and most bought sneaker right now. Do I think that they are overrated? That depends. Do I think that they're overpriced? That's a yes. When I do this to Nike and Jordan, everybody like applauds. If I do it to something else, let's see what happens, I guess. The ASICS Gel-1130 is a $100 affordable option from the ASICS brand. ASICS has been around for a very long time, most known for running performance, and just recently they've just been like trending beyond belief. And so now they have all of these like old school style runners that they re-release as what they call sports style. So this particular sneaker is supposed to be kind of like a derivative or tribute to the 2000s era of running footwear. And now in 2025, the shoe is somewhat back, at least in spirit, with the Gel-1130. And again, this is like a shoe that is just like flying off shelves constantly. I see them all around here in Sacramento on youths, I guess you can say. But when I go on the back end and see like the data, I suppose, but when you see the data of like the most sold shoe over at like say StockX, this is #1. The funny thing is that these are beat out only by Labubus. I'm not even joking, dude. Like Labubus beat all sneakers, and then the second thing that's being bought is this sneaker, so it's kind of weird. But either way, the shoe itself is a very, very lightweight and basic rendition of an ASICS. I do think, just to keep it blunt, that this should be a $60 sneaker right off the bat. $100 is pushing it when we have a lot of people in the comment section being like, Nike's ripping you off, Jordan's ripping you off, these shoes cost them $23 to make and they're selling for $220 or whatever, and all of this stuff. It's like, bro, this shoe cannot be made for any more than that, and that's being generous. Does that mean that they're not cool? No, they do look cool, you know what I mean? Or at least I think so. For a runner, it's pretty simple. Are they comfortable? Yes. It's just that does the price equal the product? One area that I think that they do well on though is the outsole. This outsole right here is very thick and it's pretty much rubber all over. So what you're gonna get with this is extreme durability. So when we're talking about something that's fairly affordably priced, is it going to last? And for this particular shoe, yes. If we're talking about, what were those New Balances that you bought? Is that cheap one?
I know.
I told you too. I told her in the store. I was like, I don't think so.
I was like, they're only $100.
Yeah, and that's why. Because where are they right now?
They're
in the trash.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, so they didn't last for too long, you know what I mean? So I was just like, you kind of get what you pay for sometimes. I do think that this will last a little bit longer, but I'm just saying that this is where they did a great job at. Like, you get what you're paying for here on the outsole, for sure. And on top of that, they've got these little flex screws right here at the forefoot. So while you still have all of this rubber like continuous through the heel and toe, it's not going to be cumbersome or restrictive feeling. Now in the heel, you can see that they have a nice little notch right here. This is something that's very common in runners, especially runners with low tech. This allows basically compression of the midsole. So you've got this like concaved gap, and then when you're stepping on it with your heel, it'll move down, making you have that feeling of like ultimate comfort, even though it's just foam collapsing. At the midfoot, there is a TPU plate, and then moving on up, we've got a basic EVA midsole. This is something that we talked about in our ASICS video of like, why is everybody buying ASICS sneakers? Like, it's because it proves my point that basic sometimes can be really good. This is another example of that. These shoes right here are very simple, but they are very comfortable. When people hear about EVA being used in other brands, mostly like major brands that overcharge for their stuff, Nike, people are like, EVA, that's it? And I'm just like, EVA is not bad, dude. It's just not. But you are paying for the logo, you know what I mean? Different here. You're paying for the tech, which there isn't much of. So I suppose it is kind of fair. You know, like depending on how you look at it. It depends on what sneaker world you're coming from, I guess. Like, are you coming from the premium space, you know, like the high tech, high performance stuff, or are you coming at it from a purely like lifestyle standpoint? And for me personally, whether I'm looking at performance or lifestyle, I do want quality, you know what I mean? And while you get that in the midsole, you don't necessarily get that within the upper on these. But either way, the midsole is straight up EVA. You do have a small gel strip right here on the back of the heel, but it's not a continuous strip that goes through. This is again something that we talked about in that previous video, how ASICS gel is implemented in multiple different ways and variations. This is literally a gel strip that's glued onto the outsole, or not the outsole, the midsole. So it's essentially an aesthetic piece. It's not very functional whatsoever. If you wanted to know where the gel is, you got to lift up the insole, and there's this tiny little green square in there, and that's the gel pack. So yeah, not significant whatsoever, which is again why they will notch out the heel, so that it gives you the illusion that you're getting ultimate extreme comfort, even though it's just smart design. Now the insole is this guy right here. This is where you're going to be getting most of the comfort. So when you try these on in store, you're going to be like blown away at first. You'll be like, damn, that feels like a pillow. The insole is mad fluffy. That's why. It's also an open cell foam, so it's not very dense. And once you pack that down and it starts to mold to your foot shape, you're going to lose all that step-in comfort. However, what you're going to be left with is ultimate neutral comfort, which is what that midsole is, which is perfect for all day wear. I keep telling people, like, too much cushion for casual use is not good for you. This is. Now the upper on these guys is where I'm mostly disappointed. When we're talking about quality control and things like that, and just overall quality materials, that's definitely not used here. My right shoe, the toe specifically, is like fucking crumpled. I don't know what the hell happened, but that's how they came out of the box. And I've tried to reshape it, but the material is so cheap, because it's just a synthetic piece, that it's just stuck there, man. It's like when you like crumple up a piece of paper, like, can you fix that? Probably not. That's what that is. And it is an eyesore. I can't even wear these. I can't. This one is shaped so well. I'm like, what the hell? How did this make it out of the ASICS factory? I was like, yep, those are good. But basically what we have is a very, very thin layer of open-celled mesh. This is some of the most affordable mesh that you can use on anything. It's so thin that when I put my phone in there and turn the light on, you can see completely through the shoe. What does that mean exactly? That means that you get ultimate breathability, but is it $100 worth of mesh?
No way.
And all of the overlays on top of it are supposed to be support features, but since this is a sport style shoe, so meaning it's a lifestyle shoe but sporty, essentially what Nike sportswear is, they're just cheap panels of nothing. Like, it's all vinyl, nothing of quality, nothing of substance. And I mean, this shoe, like, I could just, you know what I mean? I could just bend these guys right up. There's nothing in here. Not a damn thing. Oh, there's a heel counter. That's good. So again, $100 worth of upper? Probably not, especially when there's a weird dent in it. But how do they feel once they're on foot? That's where they're gonna really win people over. These guys do fit true to size. Not only that, they're very accommodating because of the thin upper and the open-celled mesh. So whether you're a wide footer or a narrow footer, everybody's gonna pretty much be able to wear these and feel nice in them. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna feel nice, light, airy, breathable, comfortable underfoot, comfortable around the foot. So yeah, I think they're a solid shoe. I just think that they would be super solid if they were 60 bucks, 75 at most. But either way, true to size is what I would recommend, and that's for almost everyone. I would also recommend replacing that insole straight away. It's not glued in, so you could take it out and swap it out for anything else that you'd like. That way you can like really like get the benefits of something like this on foot. And with all of that being said, what is today's viewer submitted question of the day?
Today's question comes from the Air Jordan 3 Family Affair, medium olive.
Oh, okay.
I think we
I was
learned
like,
the name
yeah,
after.
I think, yeah, they weren't listed. I was like, what the f are those?
Yeah.
That was a dumb story.
It really is.
A hunting story? Really?
And
I've never heard, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I have read so many Jordan books like about his life and never was like hunting a story.
It's because it was a family affair.
It was never known until now. Sorry, anyways, keep going.
Anyways, you had talked about how shoes will like have a story to them, like your own personal.
Yes.
So you had mentioned your wedding shoes.
Oh yeah.
And my marathon shoes. And so this particular person would like to know the stories behind those two shoes.
Well, I can't answer that one for you.
No, you can't. You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
I'm actually sitting here laughing because I couldn't remember the name of my marathon shoes. I just knew that they were Hoka's. And so I went to WearTesters.com because once upon a time I wrote reviews. So I had written it, and it's the Hoka Bondi 6. So at the time when I wrote the review, I hadn't completed training yet, but you could tell that I'm in the midst of it. It's not like they were a crazy great shoe, but they worked great for what I needed them to do. I still have them. I think they're back in storage somewhere. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's very unlike you.
I know.
That's more like me.
Well, I mean, I did work in those, so
no,
I
just
kept
saying.
them. So anyways, tell about your wedding shoes.
The shoe that I was married in are the Air Jordan 10, the all blacks. I think that's the only version of them like that. That was what, 2005?
When we got married?
No, I know the year we got married. I'm saying the year of the shoe was like 2004 or 5. I can't remember. I want to say it was a 2005 release.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that we got the shoes pretty late into like prepping for the wedding. Like I know that all of your stuff was already, we had a concept of what our wedding was supposed to be, and then we had what it ended up being.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so we ended up paying for most of the stuff ourselves, and then your parents paid for your stuff, and then we paid for like my stuff. And so like I just got married in like a regular black collared shirt.
You were so handsome.
Did I have a tie? I don't even remember.
Yeah, a silver tie.
Oh, who tied it? Definitely wasn't me. I didn't learn how to tie a tie until much later. But either way, some basic black slacks, and then I just needed some all black shoes, but I definitely wasn't wearing them hard bottom joints that my brother made me wear at his wedding. So I wanted some comfortable shoes. In my opinion, that was Jordans, and I almost got, I think they're called the Jordan Big Fund, but they just had like too much plastic on them, because I thought that, and I still think that the Big Funds are really cool. It's like a derivative Air Jordan 4 style shoe. All I know is that I ended up with the all black 10s, and yeah, and I think I kept them for a really long time. I don't know if I still have them. If I do, they're somewhere, but they could have gotten purged during our last big purge. And people don't understand, like, how do you lose shoes? Dude, you don't see what's back. This is a mess.
Would you get them again if they came out?
I think they were rumored to come out. I don't know if they are coming out for sure. Would I buy them again? Probably not.
That's not your look.
No. All black shoes are not my thing. I barely wore them after the wedding too. That was the thing. Like it was pretty much like what I got married in, and that was it. Like if they're black, they gotta have some color in them and stuff, you know? Some like pops of something. Or black white is like my favorite thing right now. So if they're white and black or black and white, I really like that. But straight up all black with just a white Jumpman in the back, I was like, I don't know. They weren't my favorite thing. I literally just bought them for the wedding, and that was it. Like it wasn't like I like hooped in them or anything like that. But yeah, I think that's what like is important with footwear in terms of storytelling, not the hunting thing or whatever that was, you know what I mean? I mean, if that's a true thing, then that's cool, I guess.
That's what I was gonna say. Knowing that that is the story, can you make air quotes for me? Thank you. There should have been more orange on it then, because isn't that the point when you're hunting?
Yes.
So
like where was the orange laces?
So the fact that it was hidden on the bottom is so silly.
To me, it's like, so was that the original concept of the Olive 5s? Because those were just the Olive 5s. It was a lifestyle release, you know? Like there was no story. It was like, hey, here's the shoe that Jordan played in. We're gonna turn it into a lifestyle shoe, give it some elegant materials with an elegant touch.
And I love an olive shoe.
So do I. And so that's the thing. They were just clean. Here's a shoe that you're familiar with. Here it is in an elegant form.
Yeah.
And like people like that. Like old fans like that kind of thing because you're just being honest. Sitting under the moonlight. Get the fuck out of here. Was that it?
Yeah.
How did I get into that? Gotta love a good tangent. Anyways, with all that being said, sound off below and let us know what you think about the ASICS Gel-1130. Do you think they are overrated, overhyped, overpriced, maybe all three? Or is this your shoe and you're like, you, Chris, even though I didn't do anything wrong. I just stated what they were, what they offer.
I think you can, not that they're saying F you, but
Oh,
I
they
think
do.
I think you can agree to all of those points. You can have
I
it
do agree to all of
and
those
love
points.
them.
Yeah.
And still be like, yeah, but they're
cheap.
Shouldn't. Yeah.
Hella cheap.
Because that was me with those New Balances that I tossed.
Yeah.
I wore them to the ground, and then I was just like, damn, I wish you had lasted
Well,
however many more months.
I remember specifically
longer.
you coming up to me and being like, so, you know those shoes that you told me not to get because you said that they were garbage and that they weren't going to last? I need to throw them out and I need a new pair. When I had said the whole time, I was just like, buy the New Balance 1906 Rs or whatever. We bought you like, what, 4 pairs of those already because you run through them? And so I was like, buy another one of those. They're on sale everywhere. And you're like, I really want to try this one.
Because it was there.
They made you bleed your own blood?
No, they didn't.
They did.
Did they?
Yes.
The first walk?
Yep.
I'm vaguely remembering.
They cut your heel up in the back, everything. You were mad.
Yeah.
That was your first experience in them. And I didn't even say anything. I just was on that walk with you being like, should have gotten the other shoe.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I got you another pair of those. And how much were they? $100.
Yeah.
Because they were on sale.
Yeah.
So, like, you can get what you want and all of it in the price range. You just got to be smart.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. We will catch y'all in the next one. So, until then, you guys have a good one.